him after he made that appearance at the office of the special prosecutor following allegations. And he heard him say that he didn't expect, really, that the special prosecutor will come up to him for pleasantries to be exchanged, knowing very well what it is that he had said against him. But that's it in one part of what it is that he has to say. There's a subsequent meeting date yet to be set upon which he will as well return for the interrogation, call it what, to continue. But you're still here on the 3FM Sunrise as we ready ourselves into our newspapers this morning for you as well. But I'll just take you to Parliament also, because there was quite the debate yesterday over the amount penned by this administration to procure some helicopters and jets for the military, as to whether or not it is 10 billion, 12 billion, 1.2 billion US dollars. That became the subject matter of quite the debate when the majority leader called out the Member of Parliament and former Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Jinapo about his math and the fact that it was questionable. Here's what played out on the floor of the House in just brief summation.
And ensuring that they reduce unemployment in our country, principally on one major policy commitment they made to the Ghanaian people, particularly the Ghanaian youth, the 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, let me refer this House to Chapter 2 of the NDC Manifesto, specifically paragraph 2.1 on page 22, where they said, Mr. Speaker, and I quote, the 24-hour economic policy, same jobs, 3 shifts, 3 people, the 24-hour economy is a deliberate policy intervention by the incoming NDC administration to stimulate economic growth by creating an enabling environment for businesses and public institutions to operate 24/7 in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. And government that is lean on the arms, lean on the limbs, lean in every part, but very bloated on the stomach. A called lean government. Mr. Speaker, you have a lean government where we have a special envoy for reparations, special envoy to the Caribbean regions, 18 deputy heads of missions. Mr. Speaker, if you want to get the evidence, this is your evidence. Mr. Speaker, in 2024, President Akufo-Addo's government, the distinguished and illustrious president of our country, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Mr. Speaker, his government, Office of the President in 2024, Mr. Speaker, spent 326 million cedis on compensation in paying government workers, paying ministers, deputy ministers, presidential staffers. Mr. Speaker, in 2025, President Mohammed's government, Office of the President, President Mohammed's government has spent a whooping 540 million Ghana cedis on compensation, 50% increment. Mr. Speaker, so why can't we interrogate this? You have one government that is supposed to have a bloated government, another government that's supposed to have a lean government. The government has a lean government. It spent 356 million Ghana cedis on compensation. That is salary, paying salaries to their workers. The bloated government rather spent 547 million, 50% more, which is why, Mr. Speaker, I say that this is a called lean government. It is lean on the legs, it's lean on the limbs. Mr. Speaker, it is bloated with consumption because you are spending a lot. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. In spite of all these problems, the government, Mr. Speaker, in spite of all these problems, the government wants to spend 1.2 billion United States dollars to purchase presidential debts. To purchase presidential debts. 1.2 billion Ghana cedis to purchase presidential debt. Mr. Speaker, I'm talking about 1.2 billion United States dollars to purchase presidential debt. When you cannot pay nurses, when you cannot pay teachers, when you cannot buy farm produce, when you cannot recruit workers. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. President Mahama taught us and reminded the country that President Akufo-Addo should take charge. he should not engage in blame game. That is responsible for resolving the problems of this country. President Mahama should take charge. Mr. Speaker, I should take charge, and this minority, this MPP minority,
yes,
this MPP minority, this mighty minority, we are saying, so far, so not well. So
yes,
far, so not
leader.
good. So far, so much unemployment and suffering.
Majority
that
leader.
is what this 2026 budget is offering the Ghanaian people. Suffering and unemployment. I thank you, Mr.
Majority
Speaker.
leader, you have the floor. You have the floor.
FM 92.7.
Yes, Majority Leader. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we agreed from the onset. To allow free flow of debate, and we're all committed to that. But then we caution that we should be accurate in our statistics and our figures. Mr. Speaker, he said that in this budget, 1.2 billion has been allocated to buy a presidential jet. Mr. Speaker, he should just show us which line item contained in the budget has an allocation or a proposal of $1.2 billion for the purchase of a presidential jet. Mr. Speaker, it is important. This is a House of Records. Otherwise, you have to expunge this from the records of this House. Because nowhere in this budget is $1.2 billion allocated for the purchase of a presidential jet. $1.2 billion. How much is Air Force One? Air Force One, how much does it cost? How much does Air Force One cost? For us to allocate $1.2 billion for a presidential jet. Mr. Speaker, he should show us. He should show us $1.2 billion United States dollars for a presidential jet. I want to see that.
Yes, honorable member.
Mr.
First,
Speaker,
mention the page so that everybody can be with you.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. And Mr. Speaker, let me thank you for the opportunity to respond to the Honorable Majority Leader and to answer his inquiry. Mr. Speaker, may I refer the House to page 184 of the budget statement. Mr. Speaker, and at page 184 of the budget statement, you will see retooling of the Air Force. Mr. Speaker, and retooling of the Air Force, you will see CAPEX. Mr. Speaker, CAPEX meaning capital expenditure. Mr. Speaker, capital expenditure. And Mr. Speaker, I referred only to the two presidential jets, which I referred to the two presidential jets, which are. But Mr. Speaker, if you have the budget there, please, if you have the budget with you, you will see. Mr. Speaker, if you have the budget at page 184, you will see at CAPEX that what is actually being budgeted for the retooling of the Ghana Armed Forces
3FM
is Ghana Air Force
92.7
is 2.5 billion. 2.5 billion.
Is it dollars or cedis?
2.5 billion Ghana cedis. Hold on. Mr. Speaker, hold on. Mr. Speaker, hold on. Mr. Speaker, hold on. Mr. Speaker, 2.5 1087 and 1091 of the budget statement. 1091 of the budget statement. That $1.2 billion is being programmed, Mr. Speaker, to buy 2 presidential jets, 4 helicopters.
You are
and
calling another paragraph.
No, Mr. Speaker, no, I'm making a point. Mr. Speaker, and the point I made, Mr. Speaker, I'm making a point. The point I sought to make was that if you have this amount of money, teachers have not been paid, nurses have not been paid, farmers' produce are not being bought, market women are complaining about purchases. There are numerous problems in our country. Why will you spend $1.2 billion to buy 2 presidential jets, 4 helicopters, and 1 ship? That is the point I've made, Mr. Speaker. That's the point.
Honourable members, I think that when the figure is quoted in cedis and you want to quote it from the budget, you have to quote what exactly is in the budget. Ghana cedis is quite different from dollars. Honourable members,
3FM
because the figure quoted by the former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, he placed on the record dollars. When given the opportunity, he now mentions cedis.
Well, those are excerpts from Parliament from yesterday. It was quite the debate, and it brought about interesting conversations. Good morning to you, Helen. I trust that you're well.
Good morning, Mauna. I am beyond exhausted.
Already?
But I'm doing fantastic.
It's 3 minutes to 7.
It's 3 minutes to 7. I didn't get out of here yesterday in timely fashion. However, the debates certainly energized me greatly. I was tuned in when I got home. That's my favorite thing to do, to catch up with the politics of the day.
What's happening in the,
and I tell you,
legislature.
and I mean, you get lots of clips and excerpts on social media, and it is just as addictive as scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Instagram. But it's a brand new one. What's it? Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. AKA Friday Junior. I am very excited to hear that. That means the weekend is drawing nearer. How did you sleep? Hopefully you got 6 or 7 hours. That's the recommended.
Yeah, I almost did 6.
Oh.
I almost did 6, actually.
Where are you?
I almost
6
did,
or 7. That's the recommended for an adult.
I think I did 5 in 50 minutes.
You were having nightmares?
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, based on the time I went to bed, I think I did 5 because I was up before 5 a.m.
Okay,
So,
I see. I see.
I think I did roughly 6 hours, if I'm not being mistaken.
I thought you were having nightmares about Ghana's economic woes and the price of jets.
Oh no.
3FM
There's no basis upon which I should be having sleepless nights about that, but it's just interesting when the minority and the majority decide to go at each other in relation to different subjects. But today it is about whether or not someone's math is good. I just decided to pause the audio before we went into that because the question whether or not his math teacher.
You have to give that to us. That was the biggest highlight for me yesterday.
Really?
Please. Oh, we have to get into it. We
you want
must.
to get into that bit?
We must.
Okay, let's take you back into Parliament.
But in your debate, you quoted dollars.
No, but what the dollars is $1.2 billion to buy 2 presidential jets, 4 helicopters, and 1 ship.
Which page of the budget?
That is the point I'm making, and you will find it at paragraph 1087 and 1091 of the budget. Mr. Speaker, what I refer to in the budget itself, Mr. Speaker, what I refer to in the budget itself is a retooling of Ghana Air Force at the CAPEX column, which is the capital expenditure, which is retooling of Ghana Air Force, which is 2.5 billion Ghana cedis. The 1.2 billion United States dollars is for the purchase of 2 presidential jets, 4 helicopters.
Mention which item in the budget.
And in no humility and modesty, I'm a lawyer. I've checked my facts out.
Mention the line item in the budget.
And I know what I'm talking about. It's $1.2 billion. $1.2
Yes, Honorable Ayariga. Yes, Honorable Ayariga.
This is the page he's talking about. There's no 1.2 billion.
I have it. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
This is a House of Records. This is a House of Records. And the honorable member who just spoke is a former cabinet minister for lands and natural resources. I need not to lecture him on the value and importance of accuracy. Mr. Speaker, he referred us to page 184. And I have opened page 184 and item 34, Ministry of Defense. Let's go through the items. The third item under Ministry of Defense is retooling of the Air Force. Retooling of the Air Force. And the figure there, CAPEX, is 2,532 million Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I went to primary school in Boku. You may doubt the quality of the schools in Boku, but I cannot imagine which primary school you went, where you were taught that if you convert 2 billion into dollars, you get 1 billion. I don't know which primary school you went to. I went to Boku, a primary school in Boku, and I know that if you use the exchange rate at the Bank of Ghana, what's the figure?
3FM 92.7.
$260 million. How can you say that when you convert 2 billion, you get $1 billion? How can you convert 2 billion Ghana cedis and get $1 billion? What kind of mathematics did you learn in school? Where did you learn mathematics? Which primary school did you attend? How can you convert 2 billion Ghana cedis and get $1.5 billion? In any case, Mr. Speaker, he said the allocation was for a presidential jet. He said a presidential jet. The records will bear us out. The videos are there. You said a presidential jet, $1.2 billion. How much is Air Force One? Air Force One, how much is it?
So he did, however, withdraw and apologize to the honourable member, but that's what has caught everybody's attention, and they're having conversations about this morning as well. How much it costs for the retooling of the Ghana Armed Forces. I thought around the table there was a general consensus that it was important that we retool the Ghana Armed, because if anybody is the biggest beneficiary of the presence of enough helicopters and aircraft for the Ghana Air Force, I thought it was politicians. And
absolutely.
So I find it very interesting they were debating particularly this aspect of the budget. Not that it should not be debated, but I mean the figures, no matter how you look at it, it does cost a lot. to procure.
I mean,
some of these
there's
things.
no way around it. We've spoken with the experts, haven't we, Mauna? And they tell us you can't just go and pick it off a shelf. It has to be tailor-made to your own particular specifications.
Yeah.
So the debates on the floor of Parliament, they rage on. I think Parliament will be in session today as well.
They said
Today,
in the afternoons these days.
in the
And
afternoons,
so-
fantastic. Today I'm spending my day just listening to the sweet cacophony of Ghanaian politicians going back and forth. I think it was... Okay, so yesterday was Wednesday. I think it might have been Tuesday where Kinkonomics took center stage, where we
So
started
they are
to...
debating the budget.
That's right.
actually. And so
all the different
everybody's-
items came into play. So we also asked that you all share the price of a ball of Kinky in your community. And I was very surprised by some of these figures, and I wished everybody would have attached the specific area, because some of these areas I have to move there expeditiously. Some of you
So
are
that you can
quoting,
enjoy it cheap
some of you
Kinky.
are quoting 2 CDs, 3 CDs, and all sorts. I'm very intrigued by that, but I think on average, the figure that I saw the most was between 5 to 6 cities. Some are saying that now if you buy the 5 cities, it's a little bit bigger than what you would previously get. So do keep engaging with us on the socials. You can find us on X, on Facebook, also on Instagram. Let's also do our own Kinkonomics. How much does it cost where you are? Okay, somebody says 5 Ghana cities in Kranza, but there's been an increase in size. If you go to Jamestown, you can purchase yourself a juicy ball of Kinky for 3 cities. However, if you are in Spintex, be prepared to spend about 5 Ghana cities. Nyame Doba says in Kumasi, it's still 5 Ghana cities. And there's also 7 Ghana cities available, but there's been an increase in size and quality. Anumentu, you know where Anumentu is? Anumentu Kinky House. Oh, okay, I see. 4 cities if you want to get it there. Cape Coast, you can get 4 cities, 5 cities. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 3 Ghana cities at Bukom if you want some hot steaming Kinky for 3 Ghana.
That's the house of it.
That's the house. That's where you get it wholesale. What about you, man? When was the last time you had some hot steaming Kinky and fish?
I'll be very honest, I do not recall.
See, they don't make the pepper and the shito like it used to be when I was growing up.
Yeah.
They don't make it. And I grew up between the ages of, let's say, about maybe 7-ish to about 13, 14, near Osu. So I know what I'm talking
That's a
about.
house of Kinky.
I know what I'm talking about. Very close to Osu, where the shito was authentic. That's before we started adding.
Right now, we are.
Oh no!
We have diluted.
We've diluted it. You see somebody with the ball of Kinky, unless they add corned beef, fried egg, sliced green pepper.
You could go with it just like that.
Come make a kena simple. Slice a few onions. These days, you see the cow feet and a pork and a din. Let's keep it simple. There was something in that shito, the Kinky Sele shito, that made it so authentic. If I can find that kind of come make a kena.
Food blog though, like food blog or something, because the way you talk about food.
Oh man, I love my food. Do keep engaging with us. I'm curious to know how much you are spending on a ball of Kinky. I don't know. I can convince Marina today. Maybe we'll eat some Kinky, but the shito has to be authentic.
The shito has to be authentic.
Yeah.
It must be.
It must be.
You start with us on the papers?
Yeah, so we've got the papers trickling in. Let me kick things off with the Daily Graphic this morning. Jospon partners UN University to build capacity in environment and climate sectors. ECOWAS court dismisses Tokonu petition inquiry application. Attorney General to file a response in 30 days. The full details captured on page 13.
You know the story, everybody decided their own version. And so if you're not careful, you carry one person's side and then the other will want to take you on for. Hey, but the court also said this. Why haven't you reported on that?
That's right.
So there were 2 developments actually.
Okay.
There was an interim order, to put it simply, that the former CJ was looking to have the court grant her. The court did not grant that and said that she didn't come with the urgency as so captured in her application, because she came almost 3 months after the suspension her suspension had taken place, and so she hadn't demonstrated the urgency required to have that particular application granted her. Now, the Attorney General also went to the court and argued that, we've heard you and everything, but we don't think you have the jurisdiction to hear the matter brought before you by the former CJ, and so dismiss everything because you don't have the jurisdiction to hear it. Then the court also says, who told you we don't have jurisdiction? We have jurisdiction, and so we'll hear the matter. File your defenses in 30 days. So you realize that the government side reports the fact that, the courts did not grant the interim orders that the CJ was looking for. Then the CJ and then the opposition, who have been pretty much speaking for her, also say that, look, they dismiss the AG's application or arguments that the courts did not have jurisdiction. And so depending on where you're reading from, you'll be getting a particular and there's a reason why I'm saying that. The Daily Graphic reports one side.
I just know which other publication you have got, so I know we'll get.
That's why I'm
the other side of the coin.
Yeah, I'm laying the foundations bare for us.
I'm with you. I follow, and you as well follow on, and we'll see how it's reported on the front page of other newspapers. Sticking with the Daily Graphic, VAT reforms take effect in January. GRA boss. Coming from the GRA boss, the bill is before Parliament. President pledges support for 2026 World Assemblies of God Congress. I'll take you to the back page. Ghana Police receives new vessels to strengthen marine operations. And margins, Kokma give Kimbu Triangle a facelift. Mauna, over to you.
The Daily Guide, they lead with what essentially has been what we've been listening into, that debates on the floor yesterday. 2 presidential jets, copters to cost 13.1 billion cedis, according to Abu Jinapo. RNAQ Foundation expands food bank to Cape Coast Tamale. I know that will pique your interest.
I see.
Slightly, small one.
They are where now? They're in Cape Coast, and
Tamale as well.
Interesting.
We're working to extradite ex-MASLOC boss. That's the Attorney General. I think we brought details of that yesterday. 3 illegal miners die in Heath Goldfields concession. ECOWAS court to hear Tokonu's removal case. They put it mildly on page 6. You get the full details and what is expected to happen. Then there's the Ghanaian Times as well. 2026 year of infrastructure development. President Mahama declares. He's in a picture with Dasibre Kweku Boateng. Yesterday we know that some chiefs paid courtesy call on him. 38 property owners in Sunyani face legal action. Rent control is doing some work there. Block IFFS plug tax leakages to boost revenue generation. That's according to ISA, the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research. They have a new director, Professor Robert Dakwose. Is captured here. President pledges Ghana's support to host World Assemblies of God Congress next year. That's his church, so I can understand.
Got it.
Kokma outlines plans to redevelop Kimbu into modern mini park. That's the Kole Klote Municipal Assembly, and Ghana to host 2025 Data Protection Africa Summit Picasso Awards.
All right.
I'll go into the online portals just because yesterday news came in of a deadly accident, a fatal one as such, where the NIMOS team was involved in an accident. 1 dead, 4 sustained serious injuries in fatal accident involving NIMOS task force. That's on 3news.com, and perhaps I'll take the details from there first before I come to you as well. And a fatal accident near the Obuasi Airport area in the Ashanti region has claimed the life of a task force member of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat NIMOS, with 4 others seriously injured. The incident, which occurred on Wednesday, November 19, happened while the team was undertaking a major anti-galamsey operation aimed at curbing the menace of illegal mining within the enclave. A statement issued by Pakwisi Shandoff confirming the incident said, tragically, 1 member of the task force has been confirmed dead, while the 4 remaining sustaining various degrees of injuries. The Lands Minister Emmanuel Amabua extended his profound sympathies to the family of the deceased and conveyed his heartfelt wishes for a swift recovery to the injured. And so Galamsey has claimed another life,
claiming so many lives
of a security official. 4 others are severely injured, and cause for concern, really.
Condolences to the family, and kudos to the NIMOS team for the job that they are doing. I see this video on our screens. It's one we can certainly get into. It's a video of the domestic abuse. How do I even phrase this? A lady that went viral.
Yeah, that viral video.
Unfortunate scenes there of a husband violating his wife, and I believe the video was covertly captured by a tenant in the house.
Who was actually attacked as well.
Oh, I see. Following
she was attacked.
The recording, and in that recording, the person filming alleges that this is a daily occurrence. This woman stripped naked down to absolutely nothing, being beaten, battered by the husband. You even see a passerby who decided to attempt to intervene, and I mean, they were quickly swatted away by the husband, who then proceeded to pick not 1 but 2 canes, just dishing out lashes left, right, and center. I mean, there's no place for this kind of violence in our society. If you see something, say something. Actually. I mean, this is absolutely abhorrent and difficult to watch.
And it comes off as though he enjoyed the support of his siblings, because they were picked up as well, because they, according to the police, were the ones who attacked the tenant who is believed to have filmed the incident, which went viral. And so it presupposes he enjoyed some support. And in the video, which I have not been able to watch, reason why I don't even know someone tried to intervene, because it's a difficult one.
Heartbreaking.
Someone tried to intervene, and the person was what did they?
You see a gentleman come to the gate. The gate opens at some point, and you can clearly see the guy wanting to say, what's going on? The husband just shooed him away, shut the gate, went and picked up 2 canes, and continued his brutal assault on the wife. I mean, lashes left, right, and center as this woman was screaming, pleading. She said, "He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me." It is heartbreaking. This is not an ifiasem. This is a crime.
Yeah.
So if you see something, say something. And I'm happy that this video came out, because who knows what would have been the next situation. She could have died, lost her life. A lot of domestic abuse don't survive.
And to think that we'll play the story. I mean, Portia Gabo managed to speak to her. She'd reported to the police not once.
That's right.
Not twice.
That's right.
And yet it went nowhere until somebody captured this on video before there was an intervention. And so even for the police, as they investigate this, or they prosecute the husband, they need to find out which officers, which station, because she mentions a number of police stations she went to where no action was taken. It cannot be that when people run to the police for protection, no action is taken to protect them, and they are returned to their abusers.
That's why I said this is not an ifiasem. Oh, mundi ofi. No, this is a crime.
They are returned to the abusers for the abuse to continue unabated. Imagine if somebody didn't record this. She will still be there as we speak, being beaten,
maybe
raped,
today also subjected to another round of intense beating.
And so the police needs to find out what it is that happened, and then we urge that when people come up, sometimes, please, it's not everything that is a fearsome. You should be able to distill the matters and know which one is a fearsome and which one is not. And for those of you on Facebook, you see the video. We'll bring this back after you have your bite with us in terms of when we open the phone lines for you. But perhaps we'll do that now. We can take a listen in as to exactly what happened and Portia's interaction with her in that particular story.
Sunrise on 3FM, the best in the morning.
It was a viral video that got Ghana talking. A video of a man physically assaulting his wife to the pulp while naked. A 32-year-old woman, a wife, sister, auntie, and mother of two was the victim. At her hideout, she showed me scars and bruises of domestic violence etched deeply on her skin. Visibly shaken, Harriet, a 32-year-old mother of two, is distraught and not okay. She and her husband have been estranged for 5 months. She tells me she had to leave her marital home because she was fed up with the physical assault meted on her. Unfortunately, she could not go with her 2 kids after her husband refused to let her go along with them. I was at a funeral on Saturday in my hometown when he called to say that my younger son was ill and that I must return to cater for him. I only came home to find the kids playing and asked why he lied to me. At night, he wanted to have sex with me. I refused because we've been estranged for 5 months. He told me that he had set a trap for me. He wanted to kill me.
Trap number 30. Trap system. Jimmy. So we cranas na we jam kwala and I'm afraid why na say. And next Jimmy say na say me no ni ho. Obu mi am dwan be share kra say wa pa me to am say member. And the Travis say me ba be ku. Sa tam no wa frɛ ne ba e Daniel. So mfa nkwala ne nko na me mfa nkwala ne nko.
His son came for the kids, after which he locked the door.
See, Daddy, Nadine Kolani paper no lock here, or Chinese door. Say, lock no lock here. Satadina Shaman was on a tomami. Tarara. Nika Shami, or send a tomami. I hear near Shami no toy, no attitude enough me to know naked or all.
He tore off my clothes, underwear, and beads until I was naked. Then he subjected me to severe beating.
No fire. With the bomb in the same. I blame the trap now. Something so bad. Come see me. Cool and go baby. I will wish I for wine. Free. And I miss Mr. So when you 2 minutes at once, so book to the book to the Lord, they are bombing. Stop me in the mensa. Very young many. Or the bubble bombing. We no quine. Until quarry and also and the full frabber or catching her. No fast come. Or so means I say. So be charming, son, if you so made me them. See me so. Me brony. Bemena. Me pekwana kuma betoni yemno jamika kana mako mi ye. E biele suya papa we don't just that. It open laba ku ye veno keteku eno bobo no man no sibled mpacho biem no bie gate to bie gate na plan be jese kan no kache brand so wonpie o sa to aso no ko fa ne ba ne fa na Abigail ko fa ne sleeper do bobo me nka ze mu ntwantro no TV anim me nka sa ke me ne wo ba me nku be ma me na awani masida. No, the bomb and fino, we give me drink. It's ready, but you will come in and stop. Yes, Meku. Onya, she, Missing Meku.
She tells me this is not the first time that her estranged husband has abused her. Despite several pleas and reports to the Ghana Police Service, Harriet says nothing was done about it, despite carrying evidence.
I want to cook kitchen or cook farm. No, she said, what could you? Dina ukodi unu mine woda so nti akwa abonte akodi hu dia me beto aso ama. That day say simewu agada de na na se kami uja me manu. Obama Obo mi ne kari di me ko me ke bibia mi ntwa to me ba. Papa su de.
He accused me of cheating when I only went out to buy food. He put pepper in my private parts. Despite several pleas and reports to the Ghana Police Service, Harriet says nothing was done about it, despite carrying evidence.
Oh my God, no. Police station,
four times for Tesano. Of Uncle Daniel to me kind. So at some place in Wako, say na kosi by police phone and
She does not trust state agencies to come to her aid, so I staged an intervention and placed a call to the gender minister.
So that's Portia Gabo. Tasano Police Station of Ankobaria Police Stations is where she said she'd gone to. Let's get onto the phone lines quickly. Emmanuel Kuting is a regular here, is a security expert. He's joining us on the phone. Mr. Kuting, good morning to you. I trust that all is well with you. I don't even know if I can say the morning is well, considering the harrowing tale that we've been listening to. But visits to the police station and yet no cause of action taken at all. If the brother-in-law and anything he says is anything to be considered, they've been to the Tesano police station about 4 times to report this case, and the Ofanko police station countless times, and yet nothing was done. A failing of the system to protect a Ghanaian and a woman as such who was being abused and return to her abuser every time.
Well, Marina, thank you for having me, and very good morning to our cherished listeners. In fact, I don't even know where to begin listening to the story of the woman. You know, today is my birthday, and it has not begun well on this note at all. I'm just wondering, my daughter going through this. And when situations like this happen, Marina, as Ghanaians, we should not just look at it as if it is not a close relation. A lot of women are going through what this very woman has just been through. It's so inhuman, and it is not acceptable anywhere in the democratic society that we find ourselves. But you know the certain, Marina, if you go and see the police officers these issues were reported to, the investigators who were in charge of this matter, they will turn out to be women. That's the sad reality, Marina. And it shows the subculture within our Ghana Police Service. It's so opaque, there's no transparency, and that is why for a long time, some of us have called for an independent police commission so that issues like this can be investigated promptly, thoroughly, and justice served. The issue of PIPs, the police investigating itself, I think we have to have a second look at it. In a police service where we have godfathers and godmothers, heavily politically influenced, where someone can pick a call and direct a police officer what to do and what not to do. Some of these things are bound to happen. I do admit there are some few ones who are very impartial, very committed to their job. But go and look at the state of those who are committed to the rule of law and will not bend to such pressure from such offices of influence. If you are not victimized, you will not be promoted. So when others see that they are encouraged to bend the cane, I think as a matter of agency, the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs should take this matter up. Force a commission of a sort, maybe through Parliament, then this matter can be investigated thoroughly. Then the officers who are involved, they are removed from the service through the appropriate channels, Marina. Sometimes I'm someone I believe in the rule of law. They must be given a fair hearing. Then at the balance of probability, we'll see where the fault lines are. And use that as a starting point to make the system work for our women. I will tell you that DAFSU at the moment is not fit for purpose. If you go to the DAFSU offices, let's say your wife takes you to DAFSU, most of the police officers, they are women. They turn themselves into courts. Instead of taking evidence and processing the issue to court where it is properly placed to adjudicate on the matter, they want to adjudicate over the matter within the police station. And this is what this woman unfortunately had gone through. And there have always been suspicion that if you go to the police and you don't have money, be sure that justice will not be done. And if you look at the narration of this woman, that is something that is exactly what people have always suspected. It is something that people have always alleged. So how do we unravel it? That is why this commission is so critical. If you hear what she said when she was lured by the man that the son is sick and because of that he has to come back. Look, she's just fortunate. Probably there are tenants in the house. This man could have killed this lady.
Right.
And we have seen stories of similar things. These women don't come out alive. So women groups, civil society organizations who are into women empowerment, and particularly myself, I'm joined this in a way. I'm a women empowerment advocate. I think that this matter should not go lying. And you realize that if you read the police report, when this news broke, they said they were making every effort to trace the woman. Is that not it?
Yes.
You should ask yourself, the police who are supposed to be our protector, our last resort in terms of security, why should citizens be running away from the same institution? So the IGP should be very concerned. When I read that statement yesterday, I asked myself a lot of questions. I said, no, there must be something wrong. It's either this woman has reported this case to the police and they have not done anything about it. Well,
she says she doesn't trust the police. She doesn't trust state agencies because she's been there countless times.
That's why she's in hiding. That's why she's run away. It was rather a blogger who interviewed her. And she rather trusted the blogger than our police as an institution. So it's a huge challenge. And you see, Marina, when we talk about the unprofessionalism of some of our police personnel, people don't seem to get it. We think that it is far away. If not for the intervention of the tenant, okay, this woman may not have come out alive. This woman could be your sister, Marina. It could be my sister. It could have been anybody. You understand? And the sad aspect is that, understand, the man, two sisters, try attacking the supposed tenants who reported the incident.
They actually attacked her from what the police tell us. And
they've been arrested too.
Yes.
So, Marina, just imagine the kind of society that we are in. I think globalization has not helped us as Africans. That's what I've seen. We have lost our sense of values. We have lost our humanity. So, as Africans, we used to be each other's keeper. A woman will not stand by to see a fellow woman be molested. But globalization and this nuclear system fostering into us, we've all become greedy and self-centered. And that is why we are not growing. You see, the advanced country, they got to a stage before they put processes in place to protect their gains. We have not gotten to that level. And we've already put in processes in place to protect what? So as a country or as a continent, it's about time we begin to reflect on some of these things and see appropriate policies that are African-centered, that will help our dynamics and not what happens across board, Marina. I think that this woman needs psychological help as well because she has been so traumatized, given her videos are all over the place, naked. Who, Marina, who will accept that? Who will accept that? So the woman should be looked for as a matter of agency. She really needs help. Then she can be given this psychological therapy. And then, like, I call on the ministry and women groups in civil society organizations and women empowerment organizations should take the issue up, make sure justice is served, and the woman is given help. Well, we should not make this case another case we have heard and it is gone. If we don't begin to set some examples, people will always be emboldened to do worse things. And we must not wait for another life to be lost before we take action.
We know that the gender minister met with her yesterday and had conversations, promised her protection. They're seeking to get the children as well out of the custody of the man, even as the investigations and all others will proceed. But you've spoken to what the challenge is with the perception of the police and the fact that people are running away from. Shouldn't we have also heard by now, based on this account, the police telling us that they are investigating how and why she reported to them and yet nothing has happened? Yes, we know there's a concern that the police should not be investigating themselves, but at least in the interim way, it appears that the image of a lack of trust exists. Some measures should be instituted in the immediacy to seek to restore a bit of that.
You see, that's the unfortunate aspect of the whole saga. Police as an institution must understand that in every human institution, there will be these miscreants among them. So when situations like this happen, instead of them taking the bull by the horn and acting swiftly, they will not. If you listen to our police as an institution, mostly cases like this, they react to them. They have never taken initiative on their own. And just like the woman said, if they would have done anything, this lady claims she has reported this issue to 2 police stations. Is that not the case? So the 2 police stations couldn't have failed the woman. So in the circumstances that 2 police stations have failed the woman means it's subculture. And the police are quite over it. And these are integrity issues. I was expecting that even by yesterday when this woman audio came out about the ordeal she has gone through in the hands of the husband and reporting these issues and nothing happened, the police should have brought the presser. I think by now, the depth head for the 2 police stations should have been on interdiction. Straight away. And if you go to the station diary, you can easily know the investigators these cases were handed over to. Then you interdict them. No nonsense scenario. Look, someone's inaction or someone's greed to make money cannot supersede the life of somebody.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
This is how responsive institutions work. But just like you said, it's the media, like we are talking, that will talk about it and they respond to it. You wait, by 12 midday,
they'll issue a statement or something.
The deputy head of the two police stations are interdicting whatever in their jargon, especially their paragraph 4 will always remain constant.
Right. Mr. Kuti, I appreciate you joining us and a happy birthday to you from all of us, myself, Helen Apiampofo, Sixtus Don Ulu, Frederick Kunzo Tiani, Johnny Hughes, everybody and the listeners of 3FM. We wish you a fantastic birthday. We'll do the proper celebration. This one here is an interim. We'll do a big shout out for you.
I'm very humbled. And all of you are welcome to my office this afternoon.
Absolutely. Helen is nodding in approval. And so,
by the office. Yeah.
Absolutely. They've had the invitation, and so I'm sure they will all make it a point to be there. Thank you very much for speaking to us as well.
You're welcome.
That's Mr. Kuting speaking to us this morning. We have to pick a few calls because I've seen some of the lines buzzing. Let's try and pick 5. Akosia is also here, and so we'll try and pick as many calls as possible and then get into it. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. Today, I've squeezed the time a bit. So, Claude, let's try and do it very straight to the point today.
Okay. Mauna Sadia, of course, will fear the dream. Maybe say 6 years ago, Tama come to one. A branch of the Gimenia, Pomishi, Hopa, said on board resting. It's semi phone for Framatos